So apparently I'm not the one who wrote this. I have to tell you ahead of time. At least that's what the AI detector told me. I wrote an article about human authorship and I ran it through an AI detector, and it confidently informed me it was 100% AI generated. We've been discussing this in the LinkedIn AI mindset group. How many of us now have an identity crisis? My wife still thinks I'm human, thank God. Although that may be why she doesn't make dinner anymore. Maybe she knows something I don't. I want to go on a little rant today, just because I'm feeling a little ornery, if you will. Indulge me. This isn't really today's essay. It may end up being a future essay. My question is, when was it decided that AI gets to determine whether a human wrote something or not? I can understand that it can read algorithms, it can do all kinds of things, but it can't confidently say if a human wrote something or not. You know, professors can tell. I mean, you can fool a couple of them, but I think professors can tell a hell of a lot better than some algorithm. Think about that for a minute. We've reached a point where a machine is grading humanity on whether it sounds human enough. Isn't that backwards? And where does it end? Are we supposed to deliberately write worse so that we can prove we're intelligent? That seems weird. Do we intentionally become less clear so we can fool the machine? That seems weird. Get less organized, maybe mix it up a little, less thoughtful. That seems weird. Just because an AI detector says that it sounds like it's generated by AI? That seems weird. Think about what we're rewarding here. For hundreds of years, education has taught people to write with structure. Now people are asking, how do I screw this structure up enough to where it sounds less academic, so the detector won't flag it? This is insane. So wait a minute. Are we actually training people to communicate worse just to satisfy a machine? I mean, this is backwards. So if that's where this is headed, I think we're solving the wrong problem. But anyway, I digress. That's probably another essay. Actually, I don't know. Hello, everybody. I am Dr. Cory Scott. I am the program director of the PhD in Organizational Leadership at Alliant University. And I'm also the founder of Bailey Brook Publications and creator of the AI Mindset, which is a collection of essays or an essay series, which is exploring artificial intelligence, how it's changing leadership and education, and what it really means to remain fully human in an AI-powered world. That's the discussion that I want to have with everybody who's willing. So today's conversation comes from my latest essay, which is titled "The False Binary of Writing with AI, Human Authorship or Machine Creation." So if you'd rather read that essay rather than to watch me, I wouldn't blame you. I'll put a link down in the message area down there to where you can go read the full essay. Actually, I recommend you read the full essay anyway, because I'm not going to touch all the points here. I just want to talk with you. So check the description below. And if you read it, I'd love to hear thoughts after you've had a chance. So anyway, I'll get back to what we were talking about today. So it really settles into that ridiculous moment, which I've had so many times because I keep running my stuff through these AI detectors. I don't even know why anymore. Just curiosity, I guess. It really made me realize something. We've started asking one of the dumbest questions of this whole AI era. Did you write this? I mean, if this is becoming something that's going to be an instrument that there's no denying people are going to use, why are we still asking these dumb questions? It's either did AI write it or did you write it? That is just this binary. And really, if you think about it, that's a trick question. Yeah, I want you guys to imagine walking up to a photographer and you look at maybe one of his photos and it's an incredible photograph. And so you ask the photographer, did you take this or did your camera take it? Okay. Isn't that a stupid question? I mean, do you hear how ridiculous that sounds? The camera captured the light, but the photographer captured the moment. Yet somehow, when it comes to AI, we've all forgotten how tools work. We've convinced ourselves there are only two possibilities. Either a human did everything, or an AI did everything. No middle, no nuance, no partnership. And that's what philosophers call a false binary. So reality almost never works that way. It's like asking, did you build that house or did the hammer? The hammer definitely helped, but I've never seen a hammer pull permits. So the real question isn't, did AI help? The real question is, was the human still present? Were they thinking? Were they questioning? Were they rejecting ideas? Taking responsibility? Only humans can do that, because that's where authorship lives. I'll tell you exactly how I write. Sometimes I'll ask AI, give me 5 ways to explain this idea. An idea that I have. And one idea that it comes up with is good. The other ones are horrible. One's okay, but it sparks something. It triggers something that takes me to somewhere in my mind that I probably wouldn't have gone without that idea. That wasn't quite good, but it got me thinking. And so I take that one that got me thinking, and now I'm building this idea. I'm building it out, whether it's an essay or a program or whatever it is. It sparks something in me. So I throw almost everything else out, and I rewrite it or I rebuild it, however it is. And I change the examples I'm using. I move the arguments around, whatever it is. Sometimes I just rewrite the whole thing with that there because it excited me. It got me to wonder how this would come out. Whatever it is, once it's done, it's mine. I wrote it. Yeah, I got a lot of input from an assistant, if you will. But no different than if I went and asked my dean or I went and asked a fellow professor or something else. It's just no different. I'm asking something that can only bring up the past. It can't give me new ideas. It can't generate something that's never been there before. It can talk about things that have already happened because that's all it really has. And that's not a bad thing. It becomes a very good help. But if I only trust it and use it, then I'm not creating, and my job is to create. And as humans, we are here to make our lives better, other people's lives better. Whatever it is that you feel your purpose is, AI is not going to steal that from you. It can only amplify who you are. If I was to say that I used AI to write or create that program that we were just talking about, it would be no different than saying I use spell check. Now, I've never heard anyone really proudly announce, when it comes speaking of spell check, nobody's really proudly announced that they completely have written something unaided. I mean, think about it. It's unaided, so they went back in time and they got a quill. And so they started writing with this quill. They dipped it in the ink, wrote only by candlelight while grinding their own ink. Yeah, okay? Because every generation uses better tools. So let's talk about a better tool, maybe a better perspective on what we're dealing with now, this false binary. I think we've been looking at the wrong picture. We've been looking at it as if it's like a light switch. On is human, off is machine. And what we actually need when it comes to this is more like a dial, something I discuss in the essay. And so this dial, you can turn it back and forth, and we talk about all the different areas, but really the gist of it is on one end, AI does almost everything. On the other end, the human stays deeply engaged while using AI as an assistant. And most of us live somewhere in the middle right now. We're experimenting, we're playing with it, and that's perfectly okay. Maybe the real divide was really never human versus AI. Maybe it's assistance versus abdication. Those are completely different things. And assistance helps you become better. Abdication lets someone or something else become you. So here's my challenge. The next time someone asks you, did AI write this? Just tell them, I don't know. Why don't you ask the keyboard? That's who typed it. The better question is this. What part of the human stayed present? That's the answer we should be looking for. It's really the only question that really matters. So let's stop asking these kindergarten questions about graduate level problems. And if an AI detector tells you that you're actually an AI, don't panic, okay? Just remember, it's not measuring whether you're a human or AI. It's measuring fluency. It's measuring rhythm. It's measuring so many things that is giving it the best guess. So don't let it... I'm going to kill these birds. I am so sorry. Don't let it discourage you. Keep writing. Eventually this witch hunt will go away. Just something to think about. If you'd like to read the full essay, The False Binary of Writing with AI, Human Authorship or Machine Creation, I put the link down here in the description. And I generally love to hear what you think. More importantly, I'd love to hear where you think I'm wrong. Because that's how ideas get better. And according to my wife, I'm wrong all the time. So you won't hurt my feelings. She's already got a head start on all of you. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.